So Peter Obi released a statement regarding this glitch situation that we have in JAMB. And I just wanted to read a part of it and I also read reaction. The reaction is going mad. The reaction is crazy. So it says, let's not make glitches become a national crisis. I recently watched a heartfelt press conference delivered by JAMB Registrar Professor Ishaq Oloyede, in which he acknowledged that technical glitches had affected the recently released JAMB results, impacting 379,997 candidates. His open admission of fault and the expression of deep remorse stand out as a rare but commendable display of accountability in our public institutions. But it raises a very concerning issue on glitches and the grave havoc it's creating in our country, even in critical institutions like JAMB. While JAMB's swift response and willingness to own up to its shortcomings are worthy of recognition, the incident has brought to light a far more troubling reality: the persistent fragility of our institutional systems. The emotional and psychological toll on students and even parents, some of whom have reportedly suffered severe trauma, and in heartbreaking cases, even death, serves as a reminder of what is at stake. The integrity of examination processes and the reliability of public institutions are not optional. They are foundational, not any nation's progress. So there's a lot of reactions. Chief Som says the biggest glitch in the world's history of glitches will happen in 2027 at INEC, and the court will uphold the result. If we don't come together as a people and demand for our rights to live and prosper, our suffering will never end but will instead worsen. Another person, Nedu Ani, says Nigeria a country of glitches. INEC glitches, JAMB glitches, next will be CBN glitches. Tinubu will glitchingly sell Nigeria to Guinea and nothing will happen. Let's see. This one says, what INEC cannot do, JAMB can do better. Reverend Karigwe says Southwest universities and polytechnics should make their own decisions and admit students using their own criteria. If JAMB must be used, then set the JAMB cutoff at 100 and conduct your own entrance examination for students. Well, yeah, to some extent, that might be right, because again, I think it's about time universities take the initiative, because even when JAMB, you score the highest, sometimes if you don't even pass their own exams, that is university exam, you're not even allowed. So JAMB discovered the error and did nothing about it until they were audited by private investigators. Then they admitted to an error. Would this error have been acknowledged if the audit hadn't happened? If the audit hadn't happened, would it not be reported that many Southeasterners failed JAMB, the highest of all regions in Nigeria? When errors affect only a people previously discriminated and marginalized, distrust the process, government further deepens. People who haven't been affected by any form of a discrimination due to tribe would never see things from the same perspective as those who have been discriminated. It's a great point, isn't it? Great point. Anyways, Mike says, my leader call for that receipt to be scrapped. My leader called for the grassroots to be scrapped. Why they can't subject those kids to a receipt in 2 days after subjecting them to such trauma? This should be the urgent call, because they have already set the grounds for mass failure. A glitch nation, Nigeria. INEC glitch 2027 is coming. Wait for it. Oloyede must go. I am sorry. He must resign now. All right. So a whole lot of persons who have been speaking regarding these issues. But what are your thoughts, though, in this glitch situation? It's a glitch situation. You know, this one says Enugu, Imo, Anambra, Ebonyi, Abia, and Lagos only. That is 5 states. What is this 5 states have in common with you? They just test run what they will do to you in 2027 at those places. Dear Peter Obi, if nothing is done before 2027, you will not see 1 million votes from these 6 states combined. They will give sorry numbers. Okay, so this is an interesting perspective, because people are beginning to add some numbers. Let's be clear, at least we could do a little research with that. There is no correlation. There is no correlation between what JAMB is doing, what's the numbers that they're using, or the platform that they're using with INEC. All right. In this 6 states, let's be clear, Labour Party won, swept completely the 2023 general elections, no doubt. Even though the numbers in Lagos, some people are claiming that it was reduced, but according to the INEC, even up until now, INEC hasn't owned up, hasn't apologized to Nigerians about the glitch and whatnot about what happened. But I also believe that the glitch in INEC should have been redone. If there's a glitch and there's an issue, that means it affected the results. So the best thing would have been, because of the glitch, we have to redo the presidential election. That would have been the best thing, isn't it? But it didn't happen. So people are beginning to mix it all up, because again, you can't really trust anybody, especially when it comes to elections. These 6 states were largely won by Labour Party. Anambra, he scored 97%. Enugu, he scores more than 80%. Literally, he swept the entire southeast, and of course south, parts of south, and again Lagos. So you can imagine someone who is the Jagaban, the president of Nigeria, from Lagos, and somebody coming to win him in his own home turf. It is that crazy. It is that stupendous. So having said that, people are beginning to put some tribes to it. I'm beginning to put some numbers to it. That Peter Obi is a weak person, is a weak president. Can't he see that they are trying to rig him out already in 2027? That he should call for the entire scrapping of the receipt. That students should not go for that receipt. I don't know if you guys know what you're trying to push Peter Obi to do. Now, I'm not saying this from the premise of being a weak person, or maybe supporting the fact that, maybe there's certain things he has said in the past that I will go and support. But I'm saying from the premise of, there's a difference between what INEC did and what JAMB has just done. INEC said that there's a glitch, and they didn't go to redo it. JAMB owned up, and they are going back to redo it. I think there's a huge difference. That's a huge difference. INEC is putting on your face, go to court. That's what they tell you. JAMB did not do that. So to some extent, cut them a slack. Even though in my previous video I've said an honorable thing to do for someone of that character and nature is to resign. He doesn't have to take the presidency to tell him to resign. He doesn't have to resign. But then you are telling somebody to tell somebody to resign, somebody who won through glitches. And there's some glitch happened under his nose. You're telling the person to resign. He's not going to resign, because after all, the president came through glitches. And so if we're a country of glitches, why would you want him to resign? On what basis would you be saying he should resign when the person who is our president came through glitch? So let's cut him some slack, I think, and not because Peter Obi said it, not because he said it, but let's cut JAMB some slack and let the receipt be done, and let's also see the results. I also see that Ohanes and Debo are going bonkers and saying there shouldn't be any receipt of any sort in the southeast, and in fact the JAMB should score everybody from the southeast 300 marks, and that way you can basically say you are truly sorry. Everybody can appreciate the fact that you are really sorry about what has happened. But then how do you score an entire people from a particular zone 300? I mean, just make it make sense. It doesn't add up. All right. So there's no correlation. There's no addition. There is nothing to say, INEC did it. Since INEC did it, so JAMB is doing it, and they're planning to rig you out. I don't think so. I mean, tell me what you think, though. Do you feel that this is a prelude to 2027, and maybe they are testing their grounds? But of course not. I'm averse to it. I don't think it is, because it's not the same platform. It's not the same people who are basically running the JAMB platform that will run the election. That two different persons, two different calculations. JAMB is Nigerian youths who are not even up to 18. Most of them are not up to 18 that are writing JAMB. The people that are going to be voting are people who are going to be 18 and above. And trust me, we're talking CBT, right? We're talking thumb printing. It's not CBT. But I also think that electronic voting will be good. If there are any glitches anywhere that we feel has made the election, to be to not be credible, I think it's about time that we say that it will be cancelled. If the presidential election has been cancelled and it was redone, then one would have started thinking, okay, yeah, that's the truth. But we can tell from this end that INEC actually rigged that election, specifically that presidential election, and there's no way to convince Nigerians that that election was not rigged. So I'm just saying that we should cut them some slack and look forward to the bigger thing, which is the elections that are forthcoming.